You're watching Mirror 7 News. Stay informed, stay ahead for more news.
Former footballer Joey Barton has once again made headlines. But this time, it's not for his performance on the pitch. The 43-year-old has been found guilty of 6 counts of sending grossly offensive messages on social media, specifically on X, that is formerly Twitter, targeting broadcaster Jeremy Vine and football pundits Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko. The verdict was delivered by a jury at Liverpool Crown Court, which ruled that Barton had crossed the line between free speech and a crime. The case centered around a series of posts made between January and March 2024, in which Barton used deeply insulting and demeaning language towards the 3 public figures. According to the court, Barton had compared female pundits Lucy Ward and Eni Aluko to notorious serial killers Fred and Rose West, even going as far as superimposing their faces onto an image of the couple. He also described Aluko as being in the Joseph Stalin Pol Pot category, claiming she had murdered millions of football fans' ears. Another post accused her of being on TV merely to tick boxes, referencing diversity initiatives and dismissing them as nonsense. Barton's online attacks didn't stop there. When Jeremy Vine criticized him for his comments, Barton lashed out again. This time in an even more disturbing manner. He repeatedly called the veteran broadcaster a bike nonce, a phrase implying inappropriate behavior around children. He also suggested Vine had been on Epstein Island, referencing the late financier and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. In one shocking post, Barton even told followers, "If you see this fella by a primary school, call 999. During the trial, Barton defended himself by saying his remarks were simply dark humor and crude banter, claiming he had been making a serious point in a provocative way. He described the case as a political prosecution, suggesting that the state was targeting him unfairly. However, prosecutors argued that Barton's conduct was far beyond what society should tolerate, describing him as a little bully who took pleasure in harassing others online. Judge Andrew Maneri KC reminded the jury that not every offensive comment qualifies as criminal, but emphasized that Barton's posts were of such an extreme and dehumanizing nature that they crossed the line. Barton was cleared of 6 other similar charges, but convicted on 6 counts that the jury agreed were clearly beyond the limits of free expression. The former Manchester City and Newcastle United player, who now has over 2.7 million followers on X, has been released on bail until his sentencing, which is scheduled for December 8th. The judge also warned Barton against making any further comments about his victims before that date, and even banned him from wearing his Union Jack scarf in court, calling it a stunt. With sentencing approaching, the case has reignited debate about where the boundary lies between freedom of speech and online abuse, and whether public figures like Barton should be held to a higher standard of responsibility in the digital age. Stay subscribed for more videos.